Shaban is back with us. Hi again, Shaban.
Hello, good morning. I want to speak to you guys about this new deal reached with Barclays to remain the title sponsor of the Women's Super League and the Women's Championship. So it's a new 3-year agreement that's been agreed. It's understood to be in the region of £15 million a year. That's including investment, marketing, double the previous arrangement, which runs out at the end of this season. We've seen the interest grow. We're seeing the fans turn out. We're seeing more tickets being sold, and we're seeing more viewership in terms of the TV rights as well. It's the first major contract secured by the WSL's new takeover. You might have heard of Newco. They're now the Women's Professional Leagues Limited. In terms of this money that's now going in to women's football, where would you like to see the game grown from your perspective?
I think profile's a big thing for me. The more it's shown on mainstream, the more it's shown on TV, it's going to grow. I mean, I wonder, I don't know in how many years, it'll go past the men's game, I think. And it's just profile. It'll grow year on year, there is no doubt. If you've done nothing with it at this moment in time, I think it'll grow year on year. It's exposure. Exposure's everything. I mean, I champion rugby league. Rugby league gets some exposure, but in the south of England, not so much. You know, it needs more. And the more exposure you get, the more you view it, the more you think, wow, what a product we have here, you know, and the same with the women's game.
And my advice to them would then be, if you want exposure, do not play a game, Arsenal women against Manchester City women, at the Emirates Stadium on the same day that Manchester City are playing Arsenal in the Premier League. It means that you don't get the crowd there, and the crowd was way down on Arsenal's women's first home game of last season, 41,818 compared to 54,000, you know, in their first home game of last season. But you don't get the press coverage either. I mean, it's insane, surely. You know, new companies taken over. I know the TV companies play a part in it, obviously. I know the TV companies will play a part in the scheduling, but that's nonsense. They've got to insist, they've got to look at the calendar and think, how do we get maximum exposure? And that's not the way.
I completely agree with you, and I'm so glad that you brought that up, actually, because I went to the Emirates on Sunday with my husband and the kids, and I was going along going, can't wait to go home and watch the Man City Arsenal game tonight. And then it clicked. I thought, hold on a minute, the amount of times I go to the Emirates to watch Arsenal women, and there's the Arsenal men's fan base there too. You know, that they've now got in, they're taking their kids along, and you think, well, naturally, they're going to be travelling up to Manchester right now to watch the game that they've been invested in since the very beginning. So they're going to prioritise that first. A lot of people would do that, and you can understand that.
Because you want to attract football lovers, not lovers of the women's game or the men's game, but football lovers who want to go to them both.
I completely agree. And then that's the other thing as well. 41,000 is a good turnout at the Emirates for Arsenal women. And the fact that they have sold it out just shows you that they still need that fan base too. Because they are Arsenal Football Club, everyone should be invested in it. But the other thing I think that is important with this money is to keep pushing the women's game to be elite. Now, the amount of women's players I've known from over the years who have played at all of the levels, who are now starting to experience professional standard as the game is growing. So you look at, for example, London City Lionesses, where my sister plays. She's played at Aston Villa, she's played at Birmingham. When she went from Birmingham to Villa, she said she could maybe not play another game, but know that she was in a professional setup at Aston Villa. They got the best of the best, whereas Birmingham were playing catch up. It was hard to get a seat, it was hard to have a shower, it was hard to have a lunch. All of that was an issue. They've turned that around now. So I think making sure the investment's there, making sure elite level coaching is there, that'll increase the standard, that will increase the eyes on the game, and then we'll make sure we continue growing it in the right way. And then it will be harder to sit and look and go, oh, well, the standard's rubbish, so I'm not going to watch it. And the standard isn't always rubbish. The standard is very good.
I watched some of that game on Sunday at the Emirates, and the standard was good, you know, and there was one of the goals was absolutely insane.
Jess Parks.
Yeah,
it was a wicked goal.
It was a brilliant goal, but I have to say, PSC, I completely disagree with you that it'll be bigger than the men's game. I just do not accept that. I mean, I hope it's a massive success, but I just don't see it.
Jeff, I just see if they get it right, it'll just keep growing and growing and growing, and the more players play the game, that will grow it as well from the bottom.
Completely, and that's what you want. But I just feel that the history involving the men's game means that will always be the bigger attraction for the majority of people, not everyone.
Now, I went on the road with Hope Powell when I was at the FA. She had a game, and I said, "Do you mind if I'd come and join your squad for 5 days?" This was back in 2000 and maybe 2008, somewhere around there. And I subsequently after that, both the Olympic teams, which I took one and Hope took another, and they had 70-odd thousand at Wembley. And if you turn around and said, you know, the women's game will be what it is now, and the England victory in the Euros as well, all of those things come in. How it's grown over these last 10 or 15 years has been incredible. Keep coupling that and keep adding to it if they get it right with the exposure.
Can I just final word this, Jeff?
I've got one more to put to you, though. And it's just on the same point. Marcus, who's a Chelsea fan, says, you're right, Chelsea women against Manchester United on the 6th of October is the same time as Chelsea's men against Nottingham Forest. So I have to choose. Stupid. He's right.
Yeah, no, it is. And the amount of times I've gone to Chelsea, to Stamford Bridge to watch Chelsea women, and they're not selling that out. So they need to push that fan base and make it work with the men's fan base too. But you're a former England legend, so I find it so refreshing that you're saying that. You've got Sir Alex Ferguson making sure that he goes and hands the captain's armband to May Letizia just last week, which was one of the most beautiful videos I've seen. You've got Ian Wright, a legend of football in this country who everybody listens to and takes note, who goes and watches Arsenal women at Boreham Wood, because I've seen them there countless times. He's got a podcast, he's pushing the women's game. I think if former reputable players and coaches can have the positive attitude, everyone else should kind of take note too.
talkSPORT Breakfast, waking you up Monday to Friday morning from 6 a.m. on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.